I will be showing you how to create your own custom trail of your choosing. Some people want me to do many tutorials in creative since I am now a content creator. Before we start, make sure to go ahead and always check an item shop, and if you would like to, it's still glitched, but you can go ahead and pop in Wizard Reaper 13 in the item shop, and if you do, it will accept. Now you can go ahead and buy anything in the item shop before it's out. Alright, it's kind of probably the worst item shop. So our first step to actually get a trail of our choosing, or to make one, is this. I'm gonna have to go to creative, and you are gonna go in creative and then just hit ready up. And when you hit up, whenever you ready up, I am going to put something on the screen, which will be right about now. For this little quick ad, basically, what we're gonna do, would you want blood in your game? Do you want some crazy disc that is all orange and a blood spot? Do you want a purple little area to show that you are capturing a flag? Or do you want lightsabers in your game? Well, this video will help you out. So, without further ado, here we go. Alright, so I just spawned into the game. And what you are going to need to do is pull out your phone and go ahead and go into devices. Go ahead to the left and select it and any key that you want. Okay, now what you're going to need to do is you're going to hit L2, hold, and then you're going to go to your column and place it out like so. Okay, now what you're going to need to do now is you're going to have to go into the device, go ahead and go into basic options. As you see here, you're going to see a bunch of options. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to tell you what they all do. Star effect when unable means if you turn it off, you're not going to see any effect that you have. Basically, you know, visible during game and all that. Yeah, that's basically what this is. Number 2 is the shape. Basically what you could have in the shape is you can have all these shapes. As you see here, you only see circles. So how about let's do music notes. There you go. Let's go ahead and go back to the default. Okay, spirit size. Right now it's at 1, meaning this is the default setting. If you make it go down to 0.1, this means that it doesn't exist, or it does, but it is very small. This determines the size. If you want it big, medium, or small, it doesn't matter. Now, spirit duration basically says when will it last. So it's at 1. Let's do 5, and you can count to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sometimes it may not work, but it also gives the beats and the loops as well, which I'll show you that later. Now, the spirit rotation. This basically means that you can automatically make it random, speed, and planner. this determines how it will look and if it will follow you or not. Use random color, meaning it's on white. So basically, if you change the color which to black, you're gonna see black. And if you change it back to white, there you go. Now if you use random color, it basically gives every color in the game. That is according to the rainbow. Now if you convert it back to use random color, all you're going to do is just going to have a white effect as it is. The main color brightness basically means that you can change if you want the color to be blinding to the players or very dim. As you can see, I used gray. And if you can make it to just 1.7, it's a gray. If you make it go back to 200, same color, it makes it a lot brighter to white. Isn't it cool? Okay, next is the spirit speed. Spirit speed basically tells you how to make it, if you want to make it to go full size, basically full speed, meaning it goes way up in the sky, or in really fast, or you make a 0 where it falls all the way down. Or yeah, let's make it back to 50. Affect gravity. So affect gravity basically means that you can make it if you want it to go all the way high, but not that slow, or make it already fall down actually, because gravity doesn't go up. Now if you don't want to have any gravity, you can make it go negative, meaning it will go up. It's basically the opposite of speed, okay? Now, if you want it to be at 0, right in the middle, it will not move at all. But if you don't want it to move, you have to turn the speed down, which it will be like this. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to convert this back to 50 as its default setting. Randomness basically shows you see, every time you look at it, it's a different shape. Meaning that whenever it spawns, it's slightly different. So if you want it to be random, you can turn it up to 50 or 100. So every time it spawns, the circles are in a different spot. If you want a 0, it will always be in the same spot. Keep size basically means that if you want the spawn mode to burst or continuous, meaning that if you want it to burst, it will all come out at once. If you want it to go in continuous, it'll basically have its normal setting, where it comes out not at 1. The effect generation amount basically means if you want it to be 50, only half of it out of 100 will show. If you want it to be 0 or 100, all of it will show. Now let's go back to its normal setting. Okay, so spawn zone shape basically means that it's pretty simple. If you want it to look like this as a spear, box, or point, it will basically go ahead and do that for you. Spear meaning it will not follow you at all. It will stay in one. It will follow you and it'll just stay in one spot. No, it won't. It will stay and not follow you. Box basically means that it's kind of the same thing in the middle, meaning that some of it will look at you and the others won't. It also just has a space shape where, it will just randomly appear. And then in points, it will have this. Meaning, that will just go straight up, and at the top, it's on random, because we set it to random. Now, a spawn zone shape, or zone size, basically is the same thing, but at the tippy top, it will be slightly bigger than the bottom where it's spawning, if that makes sense. So it was at 0.5, let's make it to 4. Sometimes it could be slightly glitched, but that's okay. Let's make it go back to its normal setting. Okay, that's all the functions that you need to know. There's a few of them, but they're not that difficult. Like this one, you can just enable it if you don't want it to show. So all, then it's not here. Or none, and then all, it comes right back up. If you want it to be never, forever, or custom. You could do custom, but that may take forever. Loop duration basically means how long do you want it, and how many seconds or minutes between the loops. And then if you want it to stick to player, you hit yes, and then you tell the device if you want the trail to be on the head, center, which is the body in the middle, the base meaning feet, and weapon is weapon. This is where the trails come in. So without further ado, I am going to show you how to make a trail. In this case, we're going to be making electricity on the floor. So here we go. And that is how you create a trail. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.